On a cold winter day, the sky was thick with clouds, and 14-year-old Salim found refuge in the public library, escaping the noise of his neighborhood. He often sought solace among the dusty shelves, where the scent of old books filled the air. One day, he discovered a titleless volume with a cracked leather cover. Inside, he found a small golden key and a message in elegant Arabic calligraphy. Whoever finds the key must know, the door opens only for those worthy of crossing time. As he grasped the key, everything around him vanished. When he opened his eyes, he stood in a sunlit courtyard surrounded by fountains and orange trees, in Cordoba during the era of the Caliphate. Confused and awestruck, he met Abu al-Walid, a scholar dressed in a white robe. Salim stammered, "Where am I?" Abu al-Walid smiled and explained that he was in the heart of Al-Andalus, and that his arrival was no accident. Salim shared how he found the book and the key, and Abu al-Walid recognized the golden key, stating, "Then, the time has come." He explained that the key was one of the time keys, created by great minds to send knowledge across time. Abu al-Walid invited Salim to his home, a modest place filled with scrolls and books, and told him he could not return until he had learned what he was meant to discover. Thus began Salim's days in Cordoba. He woke at dawn to the call of the muezzin and followed Abu al-Walid to his library. There, he learned how mathematics shaped architecture and how the movements of stars guided farmers. He discovered that wisdom belonged to all humanity, transcending race and language. On the third day, Abu al-Walid took him to the House of Wisdom, where scholars from various cultures worked together, translating and discussing ideas. Salim asked, "Why is our age so different from yours? Why do people fight to claim knowledge instead of sharing it?" Abu al-Walid placed a hand on his shoulder and replied, "Because they forgot that knowledge is a bridge, not a weapon." Salim learned that progress requires dialogue and tolerance. He was introduced to the works of Ibn Rushd, translations of Aristotle, and theories by al-Khwarizmi. He diligently wrote everything down, convinced that his presence in Cordoba was not by chance. On the fifth day, they visited the scribes' market, where Salim witnessed how copying books was treated as a sacred act. A scribe explained, "Every word we write is a torch against the darkness of ignorance." Salim felt a deep appreciation for the written word and its power. That night, he sat with Abu al-Walid by the lamplight and asked, "Do you think the key will work again? Can I go back?" Abu al-Walid answered, "Only when your soul is full, not just your mind. One does not return through time to carry books, but to carry a message." On the sixth day, Abu al-Walid taught him moral philosophy, emphasizing the importance of peaceful coexistence. He explained that Cordoba's greatness lay not in its wealth, but in its ability to embrace diversity as a strength. Finally, on the seventh morning, Abu al-Walid said, "I believe your time here is over, Salim." He handed him a scroll wrapped in leather, his own writings. "Take this," he said. "Share what you've learned. Let your knowledge be a bridge, not a wall." With tears in his eyes, Salim promised, "I will." He held the key once more, and time turned as it had before. When he opened his eyes again, he was back on the library floor, the old book resting in his lap. The library was empty, but inside him, everything had changed. He opened the scroll, which contained the essence of his lessons: geometry, astronomy, dialogue, and the truth that every human is a link in the great chain of civilization. From that day on, Salim dedicated his life to sharing this knowledge, aiming to build bridges between cultures. The Golden Key had taught him that civilizations are not built on conflict, but on understanding. Those who hold the key do not just open doors, they open hearts.